we lit. We turned up and we lit. Mike Steele on the radio and that conversation be lit. We turned up and we lit. We turned up and we lit. Mike Steele on the radio and that conversation be lit. Yeah, Mike Steele the CEO. Show time, let's go. Go. What's the 411? Hold up, we gon' give you that flow.
Mike Steele Radio. Number one talk radio show in the world. We see you, baby. We looking out for you. All glory be to God. Church boy in the building. Let's go. Mike Steele. Yeah. Mike Steele. Yeah.
We turned up and we lit. We turned up and we lit. Mike Steele on the radio and that conversation be lit. We turned up and we lit. We turned up and we lit. It's inspiration and motivation that top is we lit. We turned up and we lit. We turned up and we lit. Mike Steele on the radio and that conversation be lit. We turned up and we lit. We turned up and we lit. Mike Steele on the radio and that conversation be lit. Yeah, Mike Steele the CEO. Show time, let's go. Go. What's the 411? Hold up, we gon' give you that flow.
Mike Steele Radio. Number one talk radio show in the world. We see you, baby. We looking out for you. All glory be to God. Church boy in the building. Let's go. Mike Steele. Yeah. Mike Steele. Yeah.
We turned up and we lit. We turned up and we lit. Mike Steele on the radio and that conversation be lit. We turned up and we lit. We turned.
What's going on? Good people, what's happening, man? It's Real Talk with Mike Steele. I'm just dropping by. How y'all doing on this gorgeous Sunday evening? And hey, man, I'm just stopping by for a quick moment. I put a question out there. What? Not even a question. It's not even a question. It was basically a statement that I made. And if you want to call in, man, give me a call. 205-430-4300. 205-430-4300. And the question is basically, the statement is, a man that doesn't father his kids, he's a dangerous man. A man that don't take care of his kids or neglect his kids is a dangerous man. That's my thoughts, and I'm sticking to it. And just think about it for a moment. Just allow yourself to kind of think about that statement. It's not a trick question or a trick statement or a statement that you have to ponder over to really understand what I mean by the statement. It's basically a straightforward statement, a straightforward an opinion. It's not really anything that you have to, it's opinionated. That's all I'm saying. But I stand by that opinion 1,000%. And think about it. Just read it. Read the statement. Do you agree or disagree? A man that neglects his kids is a dangerous man. If you can't take care of your kids, and let me pump the brakes for a second. Pump the brakes. Now, I'm not trying to bash my fellow men or my guys. I'm not trying to bash them. But here's my stance. If you're a guy and you have kids and you neglect those kids, and I might even say purposely, but let me just say neglect the kids, that makes you a dangerous brother. That makes you a dangerous person. Because if you can't extend the love to your kids, to me, I'm thinking like, how can you love anybody if you can't love your your flesh and blood. How can you love anybody if you cannot love your kids? That's just me. That's just my question. Carly on that. What's going on? Hey William, how you doing? Yes, sir. Hold on. Go ahead, William. What's your thoughts, man? Uh-huh. Mm. Mm-hmm. Where you calling from, William? You calling from Florida, right? Okay, that's my guy. Okay. Go ahead. Oh man, that's sad. That's sad. How can you trust your brother don't take care of his kids? But I guarantee you, if we want to get, I see the phone lines are lit up. But if we want to go in depth, I guarantee you, man, it's a lot of other stuff that this brother ain't doing that you probably don't want to talk about. I can almost guarantee. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not it don't surprise me at all. Doesn't surprise me at all. And not not to talk about your brother, but hey, I can dig it. Mm. Well, let me tell you something, my brother. I'm gonna take another phone call. But look, man, you keep doing you, man. You understand what I'm saying? You keep doing you. You keep being the person that you need to be for those kids. All right? All right, brother. Nice talking to you. Call you on there. Call you on there. 404. Call you on there. Call you on there. What's going on? 5856. You on there? Yeah, you on, man. What's going on, brother? The infamous. What's going on, man? Correct. Well, if it is, then tell me. Uh huh. How's that, Dwayne? You said so. So you believe that every father loves their kids. So a father that molests his daughter, he loves his daughter. No, you going into a different area. I'm going where you going. I mean, drug dealing is criminal, Dwayne. Drug dealing is criminal. So You said even the guys that's selling drugs. You said even the guys that's selling drugs to take care of their family. Isn't that criminal? Why they can't get a job? You can't get a desirable job. I mean, you can get a job. It may not be the. So testing positive for weed is just laziness, man. Testing positive for weed is laziness. You know that. But that's you. I mean, so you think everybody, so that's just you, but can we honestly say that all people are alike? No, we can't. Yeah. Yeah, but to be honest with you, smoking weed, and I put this on Facebook before, smoking weed, if you let smoking weed stop you from getting a job, bro, you playing out lazy, bro, and irresponsible. Because a responsible adult, I was, well, but isn't that irresponsible? But isn't that irresponsible if you have to wait, if a job, Dwayne, if, look, Dwayne, if, Dwayne, if you cannot stop smoking weed to get a job, how irresponsible is that? I mean, like getting an addiction. Now, God bless you. I worked in addiction for a long time, but even if anything that you do and it leads to an addiction, that's irresponsible, man. That's something that you cause. No, that's not the system. You blaming the system for your behavior. It is a serious, but nobody put a drug. I know millions of people, not millions. It is. Now we talking about. Now we talking about. Now we talking about. Now see again, you changing the narrative, cause yeah. So you talking about a group of people that was given medication legally that happened to abuse the medication or used well needed the medication. But we talking about a whole different strain. Okay, let's say medically. All right, let's throw medical out the window. Let's talk about people who are physically able to work, don't have any mental, don't have any medical issues. So again, if you recreationally smoking marijuana or using Percocets or opiates or any other drug that you are recreationally using that drug by your own free will and you start to get addicted to that drug, that's an irresponsible person. Can we agree on that? Wow. Dwayne, come on, man. You can't agree. You can't agree. Well, you don't want to be looked at as irresponsible at some point. We all have been irresponsible at some point, now. Oh, so you encourage you encouraging someone that oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dwayne, well you gotta be kidding me. Not Dwayne. No, if they want their job, I know you don't believe that. I know you don't believe that. I know you don't believe that because partly if you want a job, you can't believe that. Dwayne. So you're gonna place blame on everybody else except Dwayne at this point. So you're gonna say, "Oh, okay, okay." You don't call that cheating. Oh, you don't call getting somebody if I'm you don't call using somebody urine as cheating. Dwayne, Dwayne, you so yeah, but is it right? That's all I'm saying. Is it right? That's all I'm saying. Is it right? And you say yeah. You man, it ain't judging. It's God ain't put that. Don't blame God for that. That ain't God. That ain't God. Dwayne, you got. I don't believe. What you got, Dwayne, if you teaching your kids that, then that's crazy, man. Because the right thing to do is not to teach your kids to get addicted to marijuana or other drugs, because addiction kills folks. Number one, that would be the smart thing to do. But a million parents tell their kids that they not on weed too, Dwayne. Well, I think if you encourage your kids long enough and you teach them the right thing, no, encouragement is talking to them. Hey, don't use drugs. Hey, drugs is bad. Hey, especially Dwayne. Listen to this, though, Dwayne. Don't you know fentanyl? Well, it depends on how long you're telling them. If you're telling your kids every, well, that's just like saying don't teach them nothing, though, Dwayne. But that's what I'm thinking. 205-430-4300. Not all kids do that, though. The only thing, the only thing, and I understand that, and that's true. But the only thing that I'm saying as a parent, just because you're going against a high force in this universe, you still need to be a. You don't have to be anything, but a parent still need to parent their kids. That's that's all I'm saying. You can't let the world shape you, and you can't be of that. Yeah, it does, but the village, and I'm hearing you saying the village. If we depend solely on the village, then what you saying to me is everybody else is doing it, and that's the village. You mentioned a moment ago when you listen. That don't mean that you have to do it. And that's cheating, but I hear what you're saying. Yeah, you got. We want some people say tomato, some people say tomato, but it is what it is. And I hear what you're saying. That, but man, you got you got to be responsible for your. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you got to be responsible. You got It's part of being responsible is not taking somebody pee, so being grown, stepping up, being a grown man and saying, you know what, I'm gonna go test positive. I mean negative for weed, huh, bro? I guarantee you, you're not gonna work long with that kind of. I mean, if you using, you're not gonna work long because somebody's gonna randomly test. You're not gonna be prepared, and boom. Uh, hmm. Right. Well, I understand. I mean, but my thing is if that's the type of normalcy that we're living in, I mean, what is it teaching and what is it reinforcing? Well, I don't think it's morals. I think it's like just. I mean, like we should have morals though. It, hold on. Let me say. I stand corrected. I think we should have morals, but we need to put ourselves in better situations where we don't depend. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this. No, 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 no. We're not behind. We're no, no. A lot of Dwayne. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me, Dwayne. I, Let me tell you something. A lot of us ain't behind. A lot of us are not behind because you know why? They work hard to put them. Let me hold on. Let me say this. A lot of us are not behind. You know why? Because a lot of us put the hard work in so we can be competitive, so we can live a life that we want, so we can walk up with our heads up high. A lot of us are doing some of the right things, man. It's just a small element of people that are taking shortcuts. Because they. I'm gonna tell you when you around certain element, you take on that that mindset. But when you're around and you're doing things that is, for lack of a better word, when you're doing things and you're in situations where we're fostering good change and you're doing some positive things and you find yourself, it's just like saving money, for instance. Look, you got money because you save money. Some people don't have any money because they're not saving money or they're not putting themselves in situations not have money. So who fault that it is? Is it my fault that you're not saving money, or is it your fault that you're not saving money? You see what I'm saying? It's really that simple. It really is that simple. Huh? It's choices. That's what I'm saying. No, no, the choices is to be responsible or not be responsible. To be responsible or and let me say this too. I've been irresponsible. No, it's not. Well, my definition of responsible is not selling drugs so I can go to prison for the rest of my life. That. But man, you can't say. But you can learn though. You can learn though. You can learn, Dwayne. That's an excuse. That's an excuse, Dwayne, because you can learn. I look. I understand that, and I agree with a portion of that. Dwayne, if you go kill somebody, who fault is it, Dwayne? Dwayne. Okay, so that's the same thing though. You can't pick and choose what's wrong and what's right. I mean, you can't pick and choose, but you're gonna pay for all your actions. That's the bottom line. If you man, if you selling weed and you get caught, you know how many people are. But no, that's not a victimless crime. Selling weed is not a victimless crime. Selling weed is not a victimless crime. The person that you're selling weed to, but that's still you selling weed to that person. What if you're selling to a 15-year-old? Is that not a victim? I know they do. That see, but does it see? That's the thing. Your mind is cloudy. You don't understand. You don't really understand that you're saying so much. Well, what I'm saying, what I'm saying is, I mean, just because it's the norm doesn't mean that it's right. That's all I'm saying. Society may be like that, but your black behind, you going to jail. You ever heard man, you go. Oh, so New Jersey is better than the rest of the world. So New Jersey is sending people to jail. So if you're a habitual offender, if you've been caught selling drugs multiple times, they still not sending you to jail. Okay. Well, who wanted who? So man, hey, see, boy. All right. Well, maybe that's true. I have to do my research, but what I do know, I don't allow no one to control Mike Steele. Mike Steele gonna control himself. I don't put my hands in the faith of no man because I mean you can't trust them. You can't trust these people. Say that again. You said no. I don't. Not well. Let me say this. Just recently, that happened from a friend from a long time. But that doesn't shake. No, 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 no. The thing is, that didn't shape who I am today or what I am today. And I'm not even close to being perfect at all. I I just know as a father, my responsibilities as a father. And my responsibility as a father today is to be way better than my father to my kids. That's all. And and the, and on top of that, I could not be I could not allow myself to be consumed by all the negativity that goes on in this world. And not again, that's not being perfect. If I want my son, do I think my son may smoke weed? It's a high probability because, but well, that's besides the point because football is just a small portion of who I want him to be. But I'm just talking to me as a parent. Is will he smoke weed? It's a high probability because you know why? So many people smoke weed. And that's okay with whatever y'all do or whatever they do. I don't smoke weed, but it's a high probability that he may want to pick up a joint and smoke. It's a high probability that he may like weed. But that still don't stop me from saying, you know what, bro, you don't need to smoke weed. Weed make you lazy. It makes you, for a lot of people, it makes you less ambitious. It makes you want to lay around all day. Makes you want to play your video game and laugh at stuff that's not funny. And I'm not saying that anybody that smoke weed, if you can manage your life and smoke weed, that's you. But as a parent, I'm telling my son not to. See and I'm not asking you to say that, but that is some of my point right there. When you got medical issues that may, and you know better, Dwayne, but you're doing it because you want the weed, brother. You want the weed. You said you can't function without the weed. You need to stop that, bro. 205-430-4300. Say what? Oh yeah, that is. But man, hey Dwayne, hey, get your system up, brother. Smoking like a old stove. All right, Dwayne. Hey, bro, man. I appreciate the commentary, man. Man, let me know. Let me know so we can test out the system, man. You know I'm ready. All right, Dwayne. All right, my brother Dwayne Davis. My brother Dwayne Davis. Call you now. 404. 404. All right, man. Hey. Woo! It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, 205-430-4300. Take a couple more calls, man, and I'm going to end it all. Mike Cason. You're right, Mike Cason. You're so right. Call you now. I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? Yeah, I'm here, babe. You shouldn't have to be. Go ahead. I say you shouldn't have to be a mother and a father at the same time. Yes, ma'am. Right. Mm, mm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Right. Yeah. 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 Mm. Let me ask you a question. When the kid starts smoking at 13, I mean, you know what? That question wouldn't be appropriate, I guess. Because I was about to say, who fault is that? But a parent could be telling a kid, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Mm. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Mm. That is true. That is true. That's right. Yeah, you got to instill. Well, you instill that in him. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Well, Virginia. Yeah, it makes sense, and I will say this. To that point, you said men are some of the most respectful people in this world. Um, and I can see how you can come to that conclusion because what we see, this, yeah, yeah, disrespect. Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry, and I can see how you can come to that conclusion. Um, it's about what we see in our surroundings, man, that help us draw a conclusion like that. But I will say this: as a man, and as a man that's not a perfect man, but a man that wants to do better, a man that wants to be better. So if some of us would take on that attitude, and that's what I mean by raising your kids and raising, like raising these boys or daughters too, just raising them like to be respectful, to open a door or to hold a door. My daughter was going into, my daughter's 15, and she was entering to. I was dropping her off at school a couple of weeks ago, and two boys was walking in ahead of her, and they closed. They didn't hold the door open, and I was mad. I can't even lie to you. I was like, they see my baby walking, and nobody opened the door. Man, what's you know? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, look at these boy. And me personally, I put myself in their shoes and how I was raised by my grandmother to be respectful and also, man, when you see ladies coming, you help them. That was, like, man, I was there, anyway. So that's how so I felt kind of bad. But again, but my son, he know to open the door for my wife. He know to when my daughter walk in and he's ahead of her to hold that door open so she can come in. He knows that. And again, it ain't you don't have to be a perfect person to teach people things. Yeah, you don't have to be perfect. People want to get on here and they get mad at you and they want to say that, oh, you are perfect because you know why they say these things like that? Well, not only that, they say things like that because they want to shift the focus and make me seem as if, or make you seem as if you're a bad person because you're teaching your kids and they're not. That's it. Hmm. 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 Congratulations. No, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Make a, congratulations. Oh, I know that. I know that's what my daughter thought, but because she used to me holding the door of my son. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. And I wasn't looking at the messages, so I just got around to looking at the messages. But no, and I was a little patient with Dwayne because I've known Dwayne. He's been calling my show for 10 years. Yeah. Well, that's a good point, and that's a good point. I'm glad you mentioned that because, well, I'm glad you brought it back full circle. And if I was you and I was dating, and if a man can't take care of his kids, he neglects his kid, he's disrespectful to his kids, he don't want nothing to do with his kids. What make you think he's a lovable, or what make you think he's dateable? You know, that's the question. You know, but some people ignore these red flags and these signs, and they know this guy is not a good father to his kids. Now, I know there are certain things that may play a role in not being allowed to father your kid. But if you're allowed to father your kid, and you're allowed to be a part of their lives, and you chose not to, then man, you cannot ignore those red flags. It, yeah, yeah. And you know what? And that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear this though, but I will say this, and I know you're gonna do this because it sounds like you're already doing it. Just keep loving on her. Yeah, keep loving on her. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. Oh yeah, they are because you don't get hit with the out of state fees. Yeah, Kennesaw's in Georgia, ain't it? But it's okay. Oh no, not Kennesaw, but Ohio is. Oh no, okay, yeah, Kennesaw's in Georgia. That's right. Yeah, that's a good school. Kennesaw is a good school. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yeah, I believe you with the training you have. I believe you. I believe you can spot them with the training, your past training. Yeah, 10 years. Yeah. So have you been dating though? I mean, like, do you? Okay, so are you? I'm gonna tell you. At the end of the day, man, you gotta have to trust. You gotta trust the process, really. Because if you ain't putting yourself in a situation to date, how can you actually find, or how can that person find you for that matter? You know, and there are good men out there, and I really believe I know some, and I've been around some, and I mean like I was just in a show a moment ago with well, one wasn't married, but the other two were. But at the end of the day, I know there's some good brothers out here, man. I think the brothers are having a hard time finding good women because of their perception of what women has become, and no disrespect when I say that, like, because I've been in a lot of conversations with guys, and they talk about how women, like how social media, how women have conformed to this some type of norm on social media. But at the end of the day, I don't think social media is the only way that you can actually date. But they see this and they kind of, well, no, it's not. They see what's going on social media, and and their view of what's going on, they make it the norm. It's not necessarily the norm. It's not. It's not. It's just what's happening on certain, just a small percentage of it. But you see so much of it that you begin to take it as that's what's happening in the whole world. No, it ain't. It's just a, yeah. What? Well, now the dating sites, and I'm not in. Well, yeah, I am. There are some dating sites like Pursue for Christian singles. My friend owned that site, Pursue. I'm gonna have to send it to you. Okay, I sure will. And yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's intrusive. Number one, these people are soliciting on my page. That's what they're doing. They're soliciting. They go on my page, and when I post, they wait for you guys to comment, and then they start soliciting. Yeah, yeah, and they just are. Yes, ma'am. You gotta start dating though. Come on. Yes, ain't nothing wrong with that. You should be dating. I mean, like, I'm not saying, yeah, you should, man. I mean, you're young, you got your whole life ahead of you. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with dating. But I'm gonna look into this Pursue dating app with my friend, and I'm gonna call him tomorrow. And it there it's a it's a dating app, right? But you're located. Just say you're located in Georgia, right? Yeah. So your demographic of folks gonna be in Georgia. Well, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Well, I was just giving that as an example. You can be in Florida. It can be in Alabama. It can be in Mississippi. You know, he got. I mean, it's a cool site, and I used to do a lot of promotion for them. And I think I may start back doing a lot of promotion, and people. I mean, like, and I used to see where man, I got a cousin that met her husband on that site. Yeah, yeah, they still married. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's yeah, yeah, Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah. You listening? Yeah. 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 That's it. Yeah. Yeah. If you're doing that as a man, like you doing your thing, then okay, do your thing then. But separate yourself from the children. And if you're a man, do stop doing childish things. Yeah, step your game up. Be a man. And we making excuses that, oh, that's what the rest of the world is doing. And so this is, well, even if they were, just say hypothetically speaking, that it is a lot of garbage going on in our society. Why would you continue being a part of it? Why wouldn't you set yourself apart from that? Why can't you step up and be the change that you want to see? Man, Georgia is just like Alabama now. I don't know what part of Georgia you living in, but I know Atlanta is off the chain. Okay, Athens. Okay, so Georgia, period. So Georgia, I know for a fact Georgia is rough. Yeah, and guess what? These same gun laws are in Alabama. So these gun laws, yeah, these same gun laws, yeah. Yeah, so these gun laws in, I mean, I forgot how many states now that these similar gun laws. Florida got the same gun laws. Georgia, um, I mean, it's like it was like 30 something states out of 48 had similar gun laws. So, so hey, we are in some bad times right now, and we talking about what everybody else is doing. Man, we are living in the last days. Yeah, and just keep me. Yeah, keep me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm, yes. Okay. Mm. All right, y'all here, fellas. She like to cook. Mm. Hey, hey, that sounds like some good qualities you got there, Virginia. Yeah. Well, And I'm gonna leave you with this, and I'm gonna let you go. But let me say this before I let you go, because we got the inbox, and you know me, you'll communicate. But let me say this: you know that you have trust issues, right? And you saying that somebody, okay. So that was gonna be my next question: is what are you doing about it? You know you got them. You know that's what you struggle with the most. So just meeting that, just trying to figure that piece out and giving it, for lack of a better word, an old college try to be better, then do better. You know what I mean? Yeah, just keep trying. Well, let me tell you something. And my old well, so that's 15 years too long. I'm gonna tell you like, okay, for, I'll tell you where to start though. Well, I mean, it's real simple. You probably don't have to write it down, but you need to start with yourself. Not well, prayer. Of course, that's all. That's all. Okay, pray without works is dead. Okay, so yeah, pray, but work, and that starts with self, right? Yeah, that starts with self, and also, you already had done the difficult part of it, because once you are aware of certain things, you're able to change certain things. Once you know that this is an issue, you're able to start working on improving that. So, so trust is your issue. Whether you've been hurt by a man before, allowed the man to do A, B, and C, and you're afraid to go down that road again, hey, deal with that. Deal with that. Deal with that. Deal with that. And that may even entails you talking to somebody on a weekly basis. That may, because don't let that cripple your life, man. You look, you're a beautiful lady. Don't let fear and trust cripple your life. You should be living your best days right now. Your best days. And it's not too late. And it's definitely not too late. And you know it's not. That's why we're having this conversation now. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. You're welcome. And you know I enjoy talking to you too. So but I got some I'm gonna send to your inbox, and then I'm gonna reach out, and then I'm gonna reach out to my friend, and then we're gonna be working together for a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. 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 Well, you're welcome, Virginia. No, you. That's my name, Michael. But I go by Mike. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. You do the same. I'll be talking back to you. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Bye bye. All right, guys. Oh man, that was great, man. Look, if you can reach one person or have a a productive conversation with one person, then you did your job for the night. You did what you had to do. And I'm not blaming or degrading someone or talking bad about someone. No. But if you can have a productive conversation with one person, then, I mean, like, I've been on now an hour and 10 minutes. And all my conversations are valuable, because you take things from all the conversation. And Dwayne is my guy. So, Dwayne is my guy. But when you talk to people that think in some ways versus the other, then you can draw a comparison. And then you can have something to chew on, because everybody don't think the same. Everybody don't have the same logic, and that's what makes us unique and different in our own way, So some people may think what Dwayne was saying is absolutely foolish. Then some may think, oh man, I feel the same way, But my job is to raise awareness and maybe provoke someone to think different than what they did before, Dwayne's conversation did have a lot of cognitive distortions or thinking error, if you will. Yeah. Like not really connecting the dots as it relates to consequences for poor behavior. But we all been there. We all have made bad choices. All of our choices that we make as an adult, still sometimes not the best choices. We still make them. But anyway, all right, man. I'm gonna leave everybody with this, man. Hey, this is it, man. I tune in tomorrow, Memorial Day. Have a good time, man. Have a good conversation with most of you, and we'll just keep this thing rocking, man. So remember this, man. If you're not part of the problem, then if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. That's what you need to keep in mind, and ask yourself that one question: are you part of the problem or part of the solution? This is Mike Steele. Next time, peace.
Up when we live. It's inspiration and motivation at top years we live. We turned up when we live. We turned up when we live. Mike Steele on the radio and that conversation be lit. We turned up when we live. We turned up when we live. Mike Steele on the radio and that conversation be lit. Yeah, Mike Steele the CEO. Show time, let's go. What's the 411?